Hi guys, just wanted to share with you a few insights from scaling e-commerce store to $10 million to 8 figures, while also building a brand in the process. So at the beginning it was a dropshipping store, like total dropship, and now it's a store that's selling products in specific niche. So as you can see, since the beginning, it has $10 million in sales, and as you can see also here, it had like moments where it wasn't running because we had technical issues with Shopify, so we had to change it to Shopify Plus. So there was huge problem, like technical problem, but then we started to pick it up back, scaled it, and then now it's about 200, 300, some months $400,000 per month. We are still able to scale it, so this holiday season should be good, and then January, starting from January, we'll be starting to scale it back again, and we're planning to sell the store probably like close to the end of next year. Now it's already good for selling. Like we could sell it for quite good amount, because eventually in the process we are building a brand, and brands are always worth more than just regular dropshipping stores. Regular dropshipping stores, they're worth something, but they do not worth as much as brands. So as you can see, like some of the important thing here, like the average order value is quite high, so $181, and at the same time, so if you look at let's say stats since the beginning, since last year, let's say. So last year, so basically 1 year. So it had, considering like these bad months where it was like, as you can see, November last year was pretty bad. Then January, so it's basically started to pick up in March, and now it's so since that time it's sold for 2.5 mil, and then important thing is that it's more like profit-oriented business now. So we try to maintain that balance between profit and scalability. But we could easily scale it to 1 million per month if we wanted to. Like just the profit margins would be lower. So we just prefer to keep it where it is, because with less volume we still make more profit than with higher volume. So there are different businesses, and this is one of those businesses where profit is kind of like has this correlation with volume, and it's pretty strong correlation. So in terms of like reports, so so we had 915 orders last 30 days, because the average order value is quite high. These are high-end products. We had 84,000 visitors to the website in the last 30 days. And then see what's happening today on this website. So today we had only 8 orders, but you can see the amount, like $1,600, which is okay. And mostly we're selling to United States, but we also have, as you can see here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There's, I think there's someone. There is someone. United States. So mostly we sell to United States with this store. So important thing is, if you're running your e-commerce business, it's important to have that vision, like where do you go with that. So if you plan to go to, let's say, like starting your own brand, then you have to kind of like find the niche where you want to scale. So at the beginning, this store, for example, it was in a certain niche. So we tested a lot of products, and we tested a lot of different strategies. But then one of the products and one of the niches kind of like stand out. So we decided to just go all in with that. So we designed a manufacturing process. Found suppliers, like started to kind of like build a branding around that. Create our own like photography, videos, and stuff like that. And then what happened after that is, just margins basically maintain the same, but we're building the equity, we're building the brand that we can eventually sell. So if there are some people that just building drop shipping stores, and scaling them to, let's say, 100 or 200, $300,000 per month, I would recommend you consider a strategy where you eventually evolve it into building your own brand. Because with the right products like jewelry or watches or stuff like that, you can always find you can have great margins if you source your products correctly, and at the same time you'll be building a brand. So this is something for you to consider. And another lesson that I've learned from scaling the store is, volume is important. Like, it's important to to scale your store where it's just makes sense for you to run. It's not just like $5,000 per month or $10,000 per month in sales, where it's generating at least 100, 200, 300,000. But then at the same time, where its profit margins are quite good, because if you don't have profit, like, what's the purpose of running your business? Like, if it's not like you're unless you're funded by some venture capitalists and they're paying for all of the expenses that you have, and you expect to sell your business and your valuation grows, like, that's a good strategy. But if you're not in that space, then like, profit should be your major concern, and you have to take care of that store maintains profit and maintains good profit margins. So and also, like, selling products with higher margins, that was another learning experience that we've had. So before, products have cost like 2 times as less, so product would cost like $100. Now they're much more expensive. Obviously the conversion rate because of that is much lower, but then at the same time it's still profitable. So you can see like 1.1% conversion rate, which is quite low for e-commerce. But then if that would be higher, let's say 1.5, and our prices would be lower, then that would also reflect on the profits overall. So you have to also find that sweet spot. So let's say if you raise your price by like $10, how much does your conversion rate drops? So if that like drops like in insignificantly, then you might consider to raise your price and raise your price until you find like the point of diminishing returns, where it's basically just too low conversion rate. So because any product is when consumer sees your product, it's basically the correlation between the value that he expects to get from that product between the price, and the moment the price exceeds the values that he's expecting to get from your product, at that moment people are buying. So that's also very, very important to understand, because if oftentimes people are not taking the most out of what they have, and they're just underselling their products or undervaluing their products. So just raising prices is one of those things that can have a big impact on your profitability. Like raising price for like $2, $5, $10, and then you would compare that to conversion rate. If that decreased by a lot, and if that did not decrease by a lot, then you're on the right track. You might even increase your price even more. So these are the lessons that I've learned from scaling this e-commerce business to $10 million in sales. And so in my upcoming launch of e-commerce scaling secrets, where I'll be accepting a handful of students and help them scale their own 7-8 figure stores, I'll show you exactly more strategies and more lessons that I've learned from scaling the stores, and how you can implement those in your business. So as you can see here, like the overall strategy has changed over time, and you can see that the return customer rate was very different over time. So That's because we transferred from that dropshipping to building our own brand. So that's important to, these are lessons that I want to share with you. There is a waiting list for e-commerce scaling secrets. So if you're looking for my personal feedback and help in scaling your own e-commerce business and getting insights that I've learned from scaling those brands to 7-8 figures, then you should register for waiting list, and then you'll have a chance to enroll into the program. Not everyone who gets on the waiting list will get a chance, but your best chance is to get on that list, and there will be more announcement, and I'll show you exactly how you can get your spot inside of e-commerce scaling secrets. So register your spot. There should be a link somewhere, so click on the link, register, put your information in, and then I'll provide you with more information over time, and this will be awesome. This will be transformational for those people who will be able to enroll into this program. I'll see you in the next video, guys.